just starting a new mandala, all floral mandala. I've chosen some colours. I'm still sussing out which points I'm going to do with the colours, but I thought I'll just get started in the middle, and then I can see what happens next. I'm going to go for some. Let's go for a bit of this one. Was it this one? Well, let's see. But I keep reminding myself that, you know, if it doesn't come out the way that I want it to, it's okay, you know. There's too much water on that. Right, let's try again. It's a little bit lighter, the pink. Sort of a magenta cerise pink. I'm quite happy with putting a lighter amount on, just so that I can then go back to it and add to it afterwards, and then I can see whether it needs more. It needs to be more pop, a bit more bolder. And it gives me the opportunity to build my confidence with the watercolour as well, to kind of suss out how to use it and all. You might hear some traffic noise because I am currently in the front bedroom upstairs, in the lovely big window, so there's a nice amount of light, but it's also where there's a road, and there's not many vehicles that come past, mainly sort of farm vehicles, but occasionally there is a vehicle, so you'll hear that every so often, quite possibly anyway. I like that pink, that's nice. Make sure you can see. Yeah, and I can always zoom it in a little bit more as well. But as a start off, I'm quite happy with that. Right. So yeah, I've chosen more like a purple, cerise pink, and a nice sort of vivid orange. But I can obviously water them down so that they're not so bright. What should I go for next? A bit of an orange? Yeah. I'm still building my confidence with colours as well, with combining colours. I need to have a lot more of a play with the colours, with the watercolours. Just so that I can sort of build the confidence of what I'm using, and you know, so there isn't so much hesitation. It then becomes like a second nature, doesn't it? That you're like, okay, I know I can use this colour and that colour and those colours, and you know, combine those and they look like this, and there's all this stuff that it takes time to figure out, to learn, and that's part of it, isn't it? It's part of the excitement and the not excitement, the enjoyment of it. I'm just taking a little bit of the colour off because there's a couple of bits that just a little bit too much at the minute, and I didn't want it to pool quite so much, so vividly. Just get some more paint, a little bit more water on there. Yeah, it's all an experiment, isn't it? It's quite nice to have something new to learn. You might hear, it might be very faint, but it's raining, so you might hear the light pitter patter of paint, not paint, no, what's the other word, rain. Because I'm in South Ayrshire in Scotland on the west coast, and it rains an awful lot. So if I waited until it was dry and sunny, I think I'll be waiting quite a while at the minute, especially because it is winter. It's at the end of January, and it's doing what it knows best, but it makes it all very nice and lush here. There's so much moss and lichen, and especially the moss in the woods and the forest. They're beautiful. There's a forest just up from us, and it's called, well, there's Stincher Falls. It's in the Galloway Forest, and there's a little forest woodlandy bit beside it, and it's beautiful. It's jam-packed full of moss and old man's beard. I think it's the Latin for it, Usnea or something like that. It's beautiful, beautiful. And when it's this kind of time of year, you walk in there and the air changes. It's really lovely. And the moss kind of drips down from the trees, and oh, it's a beautiful place, really beautiful. Very fortunate living here. I've only been here since the end of last year. I moved up to here to be with my partner, and now we're living in a little cottage, the Weaver's Cottage. Yeah, and I started painting, which is something I've always wanted to do, painting. Since I was a little girl, that was the thing that I wanted to be when I grew up, when everyone else was sort of, you know, I don't know, princesses or, I don't know, nurses or teachers and things like that. I always wanted to be an artist. But I never pursued it for many reasons, but now I am. So, right, I need to think about what my next step is. I've got some purple on the brush, and I don't know whether I'm going to go to these bits, these 4 bits, or these bigger bits with the purple. Or whether I might do the purple here and then do a pink there, and then these probably would be more of a green tone anyway. I'll depict them a bit later. Yeah. Now what did I say? I did it there, didn't I? Yeah. Let's do a bit of purple there. I'm going to get some more water on that though, just so it's a little bit lighter. Take some of the water off because otherwise I end up with a big dollop. Right. So these petals. Hoping you're not seeing the top of my head. I've just realised you might well be. We'll see. Because I can't check at the minute. Nah, you're probably not. So yeah, just going to add a bit of purple in this bit. See what happens. I think that's the thing, isn't it, with art? Just got to try things and see what happens. That's the biggest thing that I'm learning, is that it's okay to get it wrong. And it's not wrong, it's you learning, isn't it? And that it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I started doing some other florals and they're much more looser and sort of abstract florals. And they're a lot of fun, a hell of a lot of fun, because there's no right with it, you know, there's no being botanically correct, and it's seeing shapes and forms and the things that resonate with you. You think, oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, might do some of those on one of these videos as well. I'll let that bit dry. It's the other thing that I try and not do is like overwork areas, because I look at that and I think, there's imperfections, and I have to keep reminding myself that that's all right, and and because I'm doing it lighter, I can go over it, and you know, even if I don't go over it, it's all right. It's me learning, isn't it? Yeah. These talks are more like a pep talk for me, really. Even if no one watched these, it's me having a bit of a pep talk with myself. I'm gonna have to check the video in a second just to see how far, what the time is, because my phone doesn't have a lot of memory at the minute. Partly because it's an iPhone 7, so it's just really, you know, old and, well, you know, in tech terms it's old, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, 12 minutes. Look at that. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the video on that bit and then have a look at it to make sure you're not seeing my head, and then continue with this. I'll come back in another video with this bit and continue on. Right.